exciting, isn't it?
Trust me. Please, we can kill it.
Ferocious. Don't try to put tiger bomb on this jungle site.
You're not gonna die, you bitch.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Now you want to get nuts? Wakanda forever!
Fuck you too! You're gonna see some serious shit.
Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 2. 52 pickup, sorry.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wish I had my deck of cards.
Fuck yeah. Just like at the camera.
We're all
like
changed
gambling
clothes.
this bitch. Yeah, how you fellas going?
Yeah, good, man.
Yeah,
good.
good.
How
Yeah.
you going?
I'm
Blooded
good.
up there?
I know. I had to. Shit's as comfortable as fuck, dog. And it was only $100. As if I'm not taking that deal.
Get set tripped.
I'd take that deal. Would you take that deal, Unovich? You take that deal?
I take the deal. I speak most best.
You know what I love is the what's his face. I get chewed out. I've been chewed out before. But yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing good. Let's head off this the streaming news.
Yeah.
So supposedly that new Silence of the Lambs sequel, Clarice, which is not Hannibal. It's kind of weird. And supposedly it's in a bit of limbo right now, right?
Yeah.
So allegedly CBS has all the show they have for the rest of the year, and there's just not enough show for Clarice. There's no spot for this show to stream or to broadcast on the network, right? So even though supposedly it's going to Paramount Plus, they don't know.
Yeah, so they were having these, I don't know why, but like CBS and Paramount Plus were having these conversations about how it will port over, what their splits will be, and like, you know, the cost and everything like that. And through that, those conversations actually reached a stalemate, which means like, fuck you, I'm not budging, I'm not budging either. Only for them to just go, well, then take your ball and go home. So now it just looks like Clarice, which was like, queued up, teed up for that second season. Yeah. Every host just gonna have to be like packing their bags and going home. I haven't watched any of the shows. I don't even know.
Neither have I. So like I don't know if it was Hannibal was NBC, yeah?
Yeah.
So I don't know if they'll have the same amount of violence and all that sort of stuff that, you know, NBC had.
Well, that's what made me excited for Paramount Plus. Because Paramount Plus, they could take it that extra level, whether that be violence or swearing, sex, whatever they wanted to sort of depict. We could get like a more mature kind of view of it. But I haven't watched the original series, so I can't say they could get more.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, admittedly, like I wish the character was more like she was in Hannibal. You know what I mean? So not so much taking down like more serial killers, but in Hannibal, she was part of the jump squad. She'd go out there and take on like, you know, drug dealers and all that sort of stuff. So more action oriented instead of the thriller.
Yeah. So it's her trying to get away from that.
Yeah.
Where she was in that iconic piece of history there.
That is correct.
Mindy Kaling is going to be playing with Warner's IP.
Jeez.
This is funny because in the article, that's what he said.
Yeah.
The guy that's heading up HBO Max.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, we wanted them to play with our IP." I bet you did, you dirty bastard.
I just see them looking at the screen doing that Nicholson from The Departed.
So
It's anger management, by the way.
Oh, my bad. Either way, crazy Nicholson.
So the mystery bus is gone.
Yep.
The mystery van. So is Scooby. And also the rest of the team are gone too.
Yeah, the mystery squad isn't there.
Yeah. So no Shaggy, no Fred, no who's the other one? Daphne. Yeah, Daphne. So Velma's going to be reimagined as an East Indian Asian, I think.
Yeah,
I believe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Which I don't mind. Know what I mean? Like,
I don't care if
It's
Mindy Kaling is playing her, then please don't have her playing a white person.
yeah,
That makes no sense to me.
that'll be wild.
Yeah.
I think she's voicing her.
Yeah.
And she's developing the series, but it's also going to be an adult-oriented show.
Yeah.
So I think it's more young adult. I don't think they're going to go full on like.
Yeah, because this is still on what? HBO Max. But
Still HBO Max.
Still part of like Cartoon Network and all that sort of stuff, yeah? Because they own that bitch.
Yeah, it's more the young adult.
Yeah. Adult Swim, sorry.
Yeah.
Sort of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be cool, though.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah. I'm cool with it. Anything Scooby, I'm always about. I fucking love Scooby-Doo.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I watched all the fucking movies. I watched all the show. All that shit's on HBO as well.
Yeah,
Is it
true.
weird that James Gunn directed or wrote?
He wrote the
first
original, the first movie.
You know how fire that first one is, though?
Cock doggies, huh?
I'm about that life.
What's his face? Scoob, the new one that came out.
Yeah.
That one was pretty good
Yeah,
too.
it was cool.
Yeah.
Because it scooped up and sort of teamed up all the Hanna-Barbera characters as well. I think James Gunn had a hand in that as well. They're making a sequel to that.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, being confirmed. I'm in.
As long as they take that dirty fuck Scrappy out of it, I'm cool. Scrappy-Doo was just a hater
I think
on another level.
I think they teased Scrappy
Yeah, they did.
at the end of the first one.
Fucking call that crappy doo-doo.
Jeez, there's so big Scrappy hates on it.
Fuck Scrappy, man. Dude was just a bitch trying to arc up to everyone.
I'm young Scrappy, you're hungry. There's little Hamilton vibes for y'all. All right, keep it rolling there, fella.
Keeping it moving.
Right.
Alrighty. So, in regards to the Book of Boba, which is coming out soon, Temuera Morrison was talking in an interview recently and was saying how it's going to tie into the original Star Wars trilogy. So this one's going to start off like, where the fuck's Boba been since Empire, and then getting like stuck in that Sarlacc, if he was stuck in there for a long period of time, and what the fuck happens with it.
Yeah, eventually they'll touch on how, he had to order someone to, fix a man some fucking eggs.
That's wild.
But this was real fucking exciting for me. This is what I've been wanting. Exactly what I've been wanting. I want to know how the fuck he got out of there, and where the fuck he been.
Yeah, man.
What the fuck you been doing? So we also have, sticking on to that Disney ordered a Gaston LeFou prequel series as well. So this is like Gascon.
Gaviscon.
For the heartburn.
It's either Gaston or LeFou's stepsister Tilly.
Yep.
One or the other.
Yeah.
And then her past gets caught up and they go on this little fucking adventure to figure out what the fuck's going on. Which is not bad.
It's weird that they're humanizing these characters before they play the villains in Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Gaston really isn't. Like, he is and he isn't a villain. You know what I mean? Like, if honestly, if I saw a beast out there just doing beast things, like, I'm sorry, but you gotta die. I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna get the people. I'm gonna rally the people against, like, for my cause, and we're gonna come and kill you. But that's what we're gonna do.
If the Beast stayed in his castle, he didn't fuck with anyone, and then you coming out and just like, you know what, for existing, I'm gonna kill you.
No. We're not doing that.
That's what he did.
Never that.
That's what he did, and he did it in the name of pussy.
Yeah, he did too.
And that's the wildest thing.
Yeah, but it was almost rape with that guy. So
He
it
went
was
the
kinda
extra
weird.
mile.
Yeah.
Like, all I'm saying is if Gaston, lost an arm or something, he couldn't be a hunter. Dude had bars, so he could have become a SoundCloud rapper as well. Like, ain't no one got, lyrics for he's a beast, he's got teeth, razor sharp ones, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
That's it.
That's the other thing about this show, is that it's a musical.
yeah.
Yeah, which is cool.
I like that.
Yeah.
And Alan Menken's coming back as well. The guy that did the original songs. Menken's on the track.
And we also have, Disney Plus has moved from a Friday release to a Wednesday release for their schedule, which I'm cool with. The midweek fucking show, kind of excellent, if you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
it's been
It
kind
is.
of fire, actually.
It has.
I has been enjoying it.
I have. Because it doesn't seem like a big weight.
Yeah.
Weirdly. Because I got so much shit to watch. And
Yeah.
Friday, I can only watch one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, going through it, I'm even cool with a Monday release because, if you have, a bad day at work, something you need to wind down, you got your favorite show right there, fucking enjoy yourself a little bit. And end the night on a good note.
The Monday release, tension. Enjoy yourself a little bit. Yeah. But I did like Friday being like this big night where I could come home and watch something Disney.
Yeah.
Because I get home after 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But is it just going to be Disney? Like, is it just going to be Marvel and whatnot on a Wednesday? Or do you think they'll keep, because it's a bit of It's a bit much though. If you're gonna have the Marvel show drop and Boba and what's his face, Mando, like 3 shows in one night is a bit much for people, right? So
Yeah.
are they going to split it up? Like, okay, on Wednesdays you'll get your Marvel fix, and then on Fridays you'll get your Star Wars fix.
So in the release, they said anything new, like show-wise, coming out on a Wednesday.
Wow.
But any new movie premieres is still a Friday.
Okay,
So like we seen Luca.
Yeah.
That came out on Friday.
came out on Friday.
Yeah.
Black Widow is a Friday as well.
Yeah.
And maybe they do it so you can organize your days as well. So Loki Wednesday, Book of Boba Thursday, Mando Friday, and then you have the weekend to talk to your friends about it if you do catch up.
Yeah.
Or do a podcast.
Yeah. You know what
Jinx.
I'm saying? Wink, wink, motherfucker. I'm on my check in the mail.
But yeah, and that sounds pretty cool. So J-Lo.
But we had one more.
Oh no, we got more.
We had one more piece of Disney news there. So Bob Chapek was
Yeah.
talking, and he was around. Some guy just randomly said, "My son really wants to see some Iron Man, some more Iron Man. We're itching for some." And then Bob Chapek turned around and said, "Tell your son, Armor Wars will scratch that Iron Man itch."
That's kind of weird to say to someone's son.
No way.
Someone said that to my nephew. We fighting. Nah, son.
Put those fucking words back in
I
the
know.
dark, Chapek.
You know Chapek didn't say this shit. Chapek turned around and said, "How dare you speak to me?"
How dare you?
Chapek turned around, looked at Bob Iger, and Iger was like, "All right, I'll give you the nod for that one, Chapek." And then Chapek said it, breathless.
What's his face? Bob Iger is the queen in 300? Like, that's such...
Badly. Give it up, Chapek.
Just kicks that O down a wall.
Chapek died to like give out company secrets, I reckon.
I reckon he is. I got to
Iger-
keep an eye on him.
Iger's holding that O like a puppet, straight like strings is tight.
He's got them balls in a vice. All right. So finally, now we can jump on to J-Lo. I'd love to jump onto J-Lo. But yeah, she's been cast in this Netflix movie called Atlas, sorry. Right, and it's been directed by Brad Payton, who did Rampage and all that.
Yeah.
Mostly works with The Rock.
San Andreas.
Yeah, this is The Rock's guy. So basically, she's this. I had this before. Yeah, she's a woman fighting in humanity, and she's like a soldier. And then they got all this fucking AI soldiers that start coming out, and they got to end this fucking war. They go to war with humanity. So it's almost like the Matrix, sorta.
Yeah.
Like
iRobot.
It's almost like for me, I get those vibes. Remember the Animatrix that had like the beginning of the Matrix?
Yeah. And
they
that
actually-
war?
That war between the humans and the
They blotted out the sun.
Oh God. Supposedly that don't even fucking work, by the way. Even if you shoot something into the sky and it literally, like if you have cloud fall or something that blocks out the sun, you still get the solar like the sun.
The UV.
The UV. You'd still be able, the machines would still be walking the fuck around. Anyway.
Maybe
But yeah.
that's what happened. They still existed.
Of course they existed, but supposedly they needed human bodies to fucking run the machines. That's bullshit.
Well, maybe like the sun is like 92 petrol and humans is 98. You know?
The ethanol on it. But yeah, so all that, basically they go to war and everything, but then there's a rogue AI and she's got to take out this rogue AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then she's got to team up too. And she teams up with the last person she thinks she ever would.
An
An
AI.
Fuck.
Fuck off.
J-Lo got to eat, baby. And it's Netflix.
No, she doesn't.
They paying well.
J-Lo don't need to eat. J-Lo got money, son.
Yeah, but like when was the last big J-Lo movie that came out?
Doesn't matter.
It does matter because she's got to stay relevant.
The biggest, the last big J-Lo movie that came out was that Hustlers movie or whatever
that
it
was
is.
big. That was big.
Yeah.
Huge.
She's with A-Rod, B. A-Rod got like...
Nah, they broke up.
Allegedly. Supposedly they got back together.
Apparently there's Bennifer in the works. Just saying. I ain't staying on top of fucking. I'm not giving like celebrity
It's not
romance.
that show.
I'm not bitching with y'all. Gossiping with the boys. So Dane DeHaan is joined Colin Firth and Toni Collette, Australian Queen Toni Collette,
She
in
is, actually.
HBO's The Staircase. So this will kind of go through. It's Colin Firth, right? He's the lead actor. It's not Dane DeHaan's show. And then Toni Collette, who plays Colin Firth's wife, mysteriously dies, right? And then Dane DeHaan comes back into the fold as Colin Firth's son. So there's a big old mystery as it kind of goes through. But Colin
As
Firth,
to how she died? Or
yeah,
Because
was it him?
You
You
know,
know
the
what I-
son.
yeah. I like those mystery shows.
Same.
Yeah.
The slow unfold, appointment
bet-
TV.
100% better than what we had happen here just this week, right? So there was this woman. This guy had $3.25 million, right? He wrote his will. She doesn't get a penny. Oh no, she didn't. He didn't write a will, but he had kids.
Yep.
This dumb bitch decides to fucking start Googling how to kill someone without, police knowing. All these dumb Googles on her home computer, by the way. She ends up killing this man and tries to get the $3 million inheritance. Fucks up. Bitch is going to jail for life now.
Look, I know last week we said to do your Googles, but not in that level, okay?
It's
Fucking
dumb shit.
Jesus Christ.
You know what? She was Googling how long after a murder do the police come? Yeah. How long will the scenes stay a crime scene? Dumb shit.
If I put myself in incognito mode, they'll never know.
Oh, man.
Nah, son.
That is wild.
Like, you cannot really commit a crime these days. Like, it's impossible.
Yeah.
It'd be mad if she got the money, but then she still had to go to jail. So she could never, ever spend that cash.
Yeah.
No, that cash now will go to the kids. Sorry.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
I know, right? On to our next piece of news here. So we got Jon Bernthal, and he's to star in the American Gigolo remake at Showtime. So this was the Bruckheimer number from back in the day.
Yeah.
And now
Weird,
John...
man.
With Richard Gere.
Richard
Yeah,
Gere, man.
the gear himself. You on the gear, mate? So Bernthal stars as a character who was framed and was sent to prison for 15 years or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's like struggling to get his foot in the sex industry out there in the States. But while he's doing that, he's trying to figure out who the fuck framed him, who set him up, and he's going to try and look for these people, but also fucking reignite his love with with Gretchen Mol.
Yeah. This is wild.
Do you guys watch the movie?
No, have you watched it?
I watched the movie.
How is it?
It's good.
Is it? So I always thought, like, with the title American Gigolo, and I seen not a frame of this movie, right? I always thought it was just straight fucking, and then he has like this sort of moral quandary, and then like he wants to get out of the game. But what is it?
He's doing it to stack cash so he can go, just basically set himself up for life.
Okay.
That's what he's doing.
Okay.
And he does this one job for these this couple, and this wife wants to be tied down and all that sort of stuff, and basically just dominated.
Yeah.
And like he does one job for them, and they like it, and he doesn't like it because he didn't like the vibe because the guy was there and everything, and all that other shit, and he turns them down, and then that same lady turns up dead. Yeah. And then it's him sort of trying to figure out who framed him.
Holy shit.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, this sheds light on that whole, like, the world of prostitution in... Because it's weird. It's not like here, right? Like here, prostitution is legal, whereas over there, it's illegal.
Okay. At that time, it's illegal.
It's still illegal over there, B.
Isn't it? Don't the sex workers, haven't they unionized? And Killer Mike said it.
No. It's still illegal over there. It's still you can't make money like that over there.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe in Vegas, but
Okay.
not there. It's weird over there. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. It's a bit of a slow burn, that movie.
Seeing Richard Gere's character, would Jon Bernthal be a good fit?
Come on, man. Bernthal's the man.
I know Bernthal's the man. I know this.
Yeah, Bernthal can act as well. So
Yeah.
can Gear though.
Yeah. Gear open up a fucking clinic when he wants to.
Oh man, like
Champ.
Gear. I just watched the trailers for Internal Affairs, and I'm like, Gear is just next level in this.
But then you got Andy Garcia as
yeah,
well.
yeah, but, you know,
Fucking bringing the fucking
that's
heat.
my guy. The
Come
Cuban.
on.
Yeah, the Cuban got to do it.
How old is the Richard Gere now?
In his 60s?
60 something, nearly 70, late 60s, late to mid 60s.
That and Daniel Day-Lewis seemed like the only O's that could act in any environment.
Yeah.
You put that O in the bush and he just comes out just Oscars.
But it's weird with Gear though because he can do accents as well. So Gear's accent work in what's his face is really good in the Jackal.
Oh, yeah?
He's actually he's playing what's his face. He's Irish in there.
That's right. Yeah.
He's quite good.
Got to
Declan.
call, Declan. That's the name. So did you know when Princess Di became single after she separated from Charles, it was Richard Gere and Stallone that wanted to get with her, right? So Elton John's hosting this party. Princess Di's there. Those two come. So Gere ends up basically talking to Diana the whole night. Stallone fucking he gets the shits and halfway through the night just storms off. So
Poor Stallone.
some people have it, some people don't. Gear, he got it in space.
Yeah, but that always happens to Stallone. So Denzel's hosting this party. It's not just any party. He's having dinner with the what's his face Mandela at his house in LA. Yeah, it's the only other place that Mandela went except for the White House and wherever, right? So he's throwing this party and everyone wants to come and he's not, he's just he wants it to be intimate with just him and Mandela and the kids and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And his security comes, they sit down for the party and everything for dinner. His security comes to him and it's like, Mr. Stallone is pacing back and forth in front of the house. And he's like, he walked up and he asked if he can come in. He's like, yeah, let Stallone come in. Just because Stallone wanted to meet and talk to what's his face, to Mandela, which I would have loved to have done. Fuck yeah, that's my guy. Yeah. All right, so J.J. Abrams is set to produce. The man's J.J. puts his name on too much stuff.
He does.
Yeah, he's set to produce a 4-part UFO series for Showtime.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I got.
So this is about
That's all I saw.
This is about what's his face? What's in it for the government, the private contractors, and the military by keeping the knowledge of UFOs from the public. And it's based on this video that was released where these fighter pilots actually they're flying and then they see
They encounter the
UFO.
What are they? They don't call it a UFO though. It's a unidentified. It's a UIA, I think they call it.
I don't know.
Unidentified aircraft or something like that. UAC,
Yeah.
they call it. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Who was talking about it? What's his name? Neil deGrasse Tyson was talking about it, and he said it doesn't make sense for there not to be footage in proper 4K or HD right now. With every person's got a phone right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We would have seen this shit already come out. It would have gone viral. I don't know, man. I don't think that we're special enough for them to come visit us right now. We're not doing many things on our little rock.
I don't think technology-wise, but maybe what's-his-face-wise, resources.
They allegedly they came to visit us after we dropped the bomb on what's his face,
Hiroshima?
in Hiroshima. That's when all this shit started getting bigger, right? So they started visiting more. Allegedly, I do believe that they do come here and visit, but I don't believe that some of this stuff is true. I believe the aircraft stuff, the stuff, because I saw those videos, and that shit is weird.
Is it?
They saw it. They had a rally point that they were going to.
Yeah.
It got there in a second.
Yeah.
It knew where their rally point was, which for me screams like, some other country or the same country. You know what I mean? If it knew rally points and whatnot. It descended 13,000 feet in a second, descended into the water. It moved out of that water like there was no resistance.
Okay.
There was no resistance to the water. There was nothing. It didn't labor, didn't do anything. It moved in that water like it was nothing, like it was still up in the air.
Fuck.
Yeah. That's what's weird about that.
That is wild.
But, I mean, if you believe, what's his name? He was on Rogan, that actually worked on the crafts. They've had these crafts now since the 60s. You know what I mean? So for them to back engineer and all that sort of stuff, that's what they could be doing. That's supposedly why we have internet, why we have everything. It's just reverse engineering of that technology. That's, that alien technology. Yeah.
I probably wouldn't watch it, but it's good. It's coming.
I get all this stuff from Joe Rogan. Like that, he has all these guys on. He had that actual pilot on. So like, I'll just watch Joe for 3 hours. I'm good, man.
So according to Nielsen Streaming, who does like all the analytical work to see what you're doing in your homes, right? Over streaming and broadcast and cable.
You know how they do this? You know how they do that?
How?
Supposedly, if you know how your TV shines at you and it creates a shadow, yeah? There's a specific shadow pattern for everything that you watch. So they walk around and they look through windows and they can see what people are watching. Yeah.
That's pretty fucked. I must have a lot of O's out there.
They do.
So in your homes, you are apparently watching way more streaming. Not way more, but you're watching more streaming than broadcast TV. They're saying 25% of, people are watching broadcast TV. 26% are watching streaming. And a massive, 39% are still on cable TV. So, for us in Australia, it's Foxtel, Optus, Fetch, which is crazy because we've seen the trend of cutting the cable and people sort of leaning more into streaming.
I'm just thinking it's because that the young population isn't that much though, right? So that the old population would still have their legacy sort of stuff,
like subscriptions,
cable, and all that sort of stuff, right? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think as we become the older people, you'll see streaming sort of skyrocket again.
So you reckon in the next 25 years?
25 years, I don't think we'll have cable.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, doesn't make sense.
But that was interesting in terms of watching.
Yeah. For me, what was interesting was that the people watch Netflix as much as they watch YouTube, which is wild to me because people are walking around with YouTube streaming constantly in their pockets, right? They're listening to music, all that sort of stuff. It's just wild to me that there's that many people watching Netflix.
But Netflix's install base is just as big as YouTube's now, man. I reckon. Fucking massive.
Just as big as YouTube?
I think so.
YouTube has what? Nearly 1 billion people streaming, B. What's his face don't have that? Netflix has got 203 or 300 million?
Yeah.
Yeah. 365 million? Yeah. It's crazy. YouTube is huge. But people must just be streaming multiple shows then, constantly.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get those people watching Netflix, but then they're watching a YouTube video at the same time.
Yeah, Brody does that.
Yeah. I can't.
Me neither.
I'll be on my computer, I'll be playing games. On my left monitor, I'll have YouTube and Twitch, but then I'll have them both on low volumes and I'll have Spotify on the right as well.
Yeah. If I'm like bored of the movie,
Yeah.
that's when I go to YouTube. I'm surfing. I'm doing something on my phone. Then I switch that movie off.
Yeah, I can't. I turn the movie off then. Turn it off. And that's it.
That's it for streaming news, and it is time to fan lay hammer.
Gunshot.
So these are the details, just the details that we got. So we're gonna give it to you in like short bursts. Pause.
Jeez. All right, so Amazon's Jack Reacher just added Mark Ben David, Kristen Crew, Willie C. Carpenter, Kari Graham. It's kind of weird. Harvey Gullen and Maxwell Jenkins. So they've been added to the cast. It's going to start shooting. Knives Out 2 added Jessica Henwick from Iron Fist. Assassin's Creed is coming over to Netflix, and Jeb Stewart is going to write it. Evil Dead Rise added Gabrielle Eccles, Morgan Davies, and Neil Fisher as three siblings dubbed horror heroes by the old BC Bruce Campbell. Kevin Bacon, Fire, is going to be the Toxic Avenger villain. Dollhouse has added Emma Tammy to direct. Bullet Train. Yeah, the greatest movie not seen. It's coming out on April 8th, 2022. Mortal Kombat Legends just announced a sequel to Scorpion's Revenge, and it's going to be called Battle of the Realms. Ant-Man and the Wasp 3 started production. We haven't seen John Majors yet. Dune is going to debut at Venice International Film Fest in September. Staying with Warner, they acquired this the Marvin Gaye biopic, right? Yeah, hope that's what it's called. It's going to be produced by Dre and Jimmy and Andrew Lazar, and we should have known this because we've seen all this shit years ago when Dre was fucking around with the boards in the Defiant Ones. There's a Nobody sequel that's being written by Derek Kolstad, the very busy Derek Kolstad. Sequel hasn't been greenlit just yet. And Mattson Tomlin has written a Terminator script, and he said it was insane. Fucking trash.
Wait, let me give this little thing to Mattson Tomlin there.
Nah, player.
Badly.
Because like when I think of a Terminator movie, the last thing that I want to think of is insane. I don't want big action like we've seen in the last 3 sequels. That's not it for me.
Terminator should be a $30 million movie. That's it.
Thriller.
Exactly.
Thriller.
It needs to be a thriller, and the Terminator needs to, all those scenes need to play out like a horror movie.
100%.
If you look at that first Terminator, even the second Terminator, there's 4 action scenes in that whole movie. That's it.
Yep.
The what's his face don't count in the first Terminator where he's walking up the doors and shooting bitches. It's literally that scene in the bar, the scene in the what's his face, the scene in the bar and then the car chase, and then it's basically the end of the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe two. No, the what's his face, the cop shootout, and then that's it. End of the movie. That's it.
Yeah.
That's how it should be. They tried to put
100%.
too much shit in there, man, and too much CG and too much all this other bullshit.
Yeah. You still need to play in that ballpark of the fact that this is a Terminator. It's going to the past where the technology wasn't present for you to kill this motherfucker, so fucking you need to get away. Fuck you, son.
Dumb shit.
All right, kicking it off with film news. Let's get it on. So there's a new movie by Todd Haynes called May December. So it's just added Julianne Moore and Natalie Portman as its 2 title stars. Right. What it's about is it's this career woman and her husband has this affair. Then they work everything out.
Yeah.
And then years go by, like let's say 2 decades, right? And then there's this reporter that comes in and wants to talk through what happened during that time.
Right.
And
This is just
the
messy, the
challenges they
movie, isn't it?
faced.
This is just messy. The movie is.
I know.
Fucking hell.
And then it brings up new details and old pain and stuff like that. So it's just, it's going to be a full on drama.
Yeah.
I'm in, man. Natalie Portman and Julianne Moore. been killing in Lisi's story.
You know what would have been really good for this if they did this exact same story, but they used a backdrop of what's his face, what's his name, the president.
Trump
got his dick sucked.
Clinton.
Oh,
Clinton. Yeah, if they use the Clintons as the backdrop, that'd be cool. Actually,
That would be cool.
Yeah, you could sort of base it in reality then, because otherwise this is just being messy to be messy.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, yeah.
That just sounds fucking wild. It's disgusting. So we have Zoe Kravitz to direct a film called Pussy Island.
So they moved from the valley, and they got their own island.
So this one's going to be starring Channing Tatum as like this tech mogul. And there's this cocktail waitress, Frida, who has her eyes on him. And then they go to Pussy Island.
Jesus. You know what this sounds like? The creator of what's his face? Norton Antivirus or whatever it is. That guy did the exact same thing. Just absolutely went fucking nuts. Started fucking buying up guns and doing drugs and got swole.
Jesus.
Yeah, man.
But then
It's
that
fucking
just
wild.
disappeared.
Yeah, it just disappeared.
He gave it all up.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Fucking weird, man.
That was preparing
See.
for doomsday.
But that's the definition of getting lost in the sauce.
But he was like, he was trying to find like lost treasure and all this other bullshit. Like he went crazy. Like it was weird.
Jesus. It's not like that Milios guy, is it?
Almost think like when you're at the top, you have access to way too much information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing with Pussy Island, though, is that when Frida goes to the island, she actually finds that the island isn't what it seems.
Yeah.
The island is never what it seems.
It's like Transformers. There's more than meets the eye.
It's either like the island or it's like the island of fucking Dr. Moreau.
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
always the thing. It's never what it seems. Even what's his face? Anne Heche and Harrison Ford crash landing on a fucking island and they were getting hunted down by fucking Temuera, but still it wasn't what they expected.
Nah. They ate that peacock, though.
Yeah, they did. Fuck that. If I had to live, I don't know if you can eat peacocks, to be honest.
You can eat most birds, but it's just the amount of meat on them. They won't sustain you.
Yeah.
But you can eat them.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I don't.
Fuck that.
Eating that. All right. So we have Kirsten Wiig. So she's been cast in this movie for MGM, which is weird. It should be MGM's who now? Amazon. Yeah. Called The Husband, right? So this is weird, this movie, because she's like this a lawyer. Yeah. And she goes to this she becomes friends with all these like, you know, other high up women and whatnot, but it's weird because the roles have been sort of reversed, right? So the husbands are really like, you know, caring and all that sort of stuff and take care of stuff and all that sort of stuff, and they're at home as well. The husbands. Something happens in their friend group, and one of the husbands gets murdered.
Yep.
And she needs to find out, basically, as the lawyer, what sort of went on and how that happened, and discover all them secrets. And also the secret of how they sort of, you know,
Stay high powered.
tamed their husbands in theory. Yeah.
Could be interesting. Sounds kind of Stepford husbandsy.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a Stepford Wives with the gender swap.
Yep.
Yeah.
So a little bit more Wiki Wilder news there. So Wesley Snipes is in talks to join John Wick 4. Hasn't been confirmed, but this could be some like epic shit if he does join. Because that cast is heating right the fuck up.
Yeah.
But the big news is Hiroyuki Sanada has officially been confirmed for John Wick 4 is joining the cast. So this is weird, right? So we always thought he was just part of the production. This was going to be the guy. They just didn't use him in 3 or anything. But
Because we heard reports.
yeah, no, he was confirmed and he wasn't confirmed and he just didn't show up and we were like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
So the story is that Hiroyuki was all good to go. He was going to play the character of Zero.
Yeah, which is played by Dacascos.
Yeah. But then he got like a really bad Achilles tendon burst.
Yeah.
What was he making?
I think Mortal Kombat.
Westworld?
No, yeah, maybe Westworld at the time. Maybe something else.
Yeah.
And he couldn't do the role.
Fucking worse.
So then Mark Dacascos comes in, finishes it off for him, pause.
I don't know.
And then now he's been confirmed for John Wick 4. And I am here for it.
I want either him or Wesley to be the head of the high table.
Well, what they're saying, right? So you know how Lawrence Fishburne came out and he was like, hey, this guy Watanabe is going to be like the closest thing to John Wick. He's going to be the closest to John Wick in the movie, and the movie is going to center on their relationship, right? So Hiroyuki is playing Watanabe.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so he's almost going to be the main, right? The main supporting guy.
But that's weird. It's like you'd think that, giving spoilers, given the end of John Wick 3, that McShane would be leading this charge now.
So my thinking is Watanabe is either the head of the high table,
Yeah.
right? Or he's not part of the high table.
He sits above the high table.
No, he can't. That other guy
The other
sits.
guy does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But him and John are trying to take down both the high table and the continental. Or they could be playing both sides Yojimbo styles
I reckon.
to then take them both out.
Last week we reported that we wanted Donnie Yen to be that character. Right?
Yeah.
So maybe it is.
Could be.
Donnie's still got the fucking stones to that triple kick as well.
That is correct.
But if we're going to get Snipes and Donnie Yen versus Hiroyuki Sanada and Keanu Reeves,
Fuck yeah.
that would be a fucking next level type fucking fight.
Fuck yeah.
And hopefully they're not jumping the shark. It's just going to be overkill. Because I want some mad shit.
Yeah.
Straight John Wick tone. If they stick to the tone, they're going to stick the fucking landing.
Yeah. The thing about the high table as well is that they always talk about the high table. They never tell you who the fuck's on the high table.
Yeah.
So these motherfuckers is just going to be them normal ass looking dudes that you see everywhere, but they're part of that high table.
Yeah.
But the high table runs everything, right?
Yeah.
Everything is under the high table.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
But
did she say? The adjudicator?
everything's under the table.
Yeah.
But like we've seen in John Wick 2, that Italian chick, right? She was taking people out to try get their power.
Yeah.
Like she does to that African guy by
Yeah.
holding his family hostage.
That's
She
right.
got whatever titles and stuff from him. So maybe Watanabe is someone that they've fucked over.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Maybe Donnie Yen's character screwed him over to get his seat at the high table.
Yeah, that's right.
And maybe Wesley Snipes' character might be someone that was related to that
Common.
maybe Common, maybe the African guy from John Wick 2.
Mm.
And he's sort of there as a fragile alliance as well.
Yeah.
Shit's is heating up.
It is. It
Yeah.
is.
You could speculate the fuck out of this movie all day.
I know, right?
Very hot.
Yeah.
So we got Ewan McGregor. He's going to star in Everest from Doug LeMan. Now, this one is based in the 20s, just after the fucking First World War. I forget the name of the person that Ewan McGregor's playing, but he's been tasked with reaching the fucking summit of Everest.
Yeah.
But then he's also got a rivalry with this Australian bloke. Always forget his name.
Mallory?
Yeah.
I think McGregor's name is Mallory because he tried
Okay.
3 separate times to scale Everest, and the theory, right, is he fucking died when he got to the top but made his way down. I think this is what that Simpsons episode is all about.
Literally, this is true.
But yeah, this movie basically documents his fucking trail to the top.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine trying to climb Everest now without... People do it now.
Yep.
Without oxygen?
Fuck that.
It's fucking impossible.
That Iceman guy, that Wim Hof, he did it like in like short shorts.
Fuck that. That guy's crazy.
No
anyway.
frostbite.
Yeah, that guy's crazy because of that.
Yeah.
And it's not, I went in summer. There is no summer on Everest. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, it's wild. So he died on that third attempt, right?
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor's character. And then, like, it was only 70 years later they recovered that body.
Yeah.
That is wild.
I know. That was only 22 years ago they found that fucking body in 99.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Fuck that.
I can see, like, a horror story set on that mountain.
On the trip back?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you'd die either way.
Oh,
if
man.
something's up there, you would die straight away. Your body is fucked. It doesn't have enough oxygen. You can't move. You can't run. Your blood would literally turn to fucking sludge inside your body because it's not oxygenated enough, and it wouldn't be able to travel. So you would, you're fucked.
And it would be like that fucking Bitten Wind River, you know, you exert yourself too much in the
That's right.
cold.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
It's fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
Ugh. All right. So the great Martin McDonough. I love this guy. Absolutely love this guy. He directed three billboards. Yeah, 3 billboards and
Seven Psychopaths.
7 Psychopaths, which is fire, by the way. In Bruges, which is the best, the greatest fucking
yeah.
movie ever.
The best Ralph Fiennes character.
Dare you call my kids cunts?
Don't get all fucking Gandhi.
I love it. So he's reteaming with Gleason and Colin Farrell for this movie called The Banshee of Inisherin.
Yeah.
Right. So this details. It's weird because it's like 2021, fucking grumpy old men. But this details these two really good friends.
Yeah.
That just one of them decides I don't want to be friends with you anymore. And just like that's the premise of the movie. It's just so cool, man.
That is.
And then them trying to the other guy trying to find out, like, you know, hey, why doesn't he want to be friends with me and all that? Yeah.
And
It's so
them
cool.
just like fucking with each
Oh,
other after
man.
that.
You know it's gonna be just chaos there. I love it.
I don't think you'd get two better actors than Brendan Gleeson and Colin Farrell to play these roles either, because I think this is their bags.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
Gleeson's like the sour type.
Yeah.
But Colin Farrell's the aggressive type.
Oh man. And I hope it is just it is set in Ireland, yeah. Obviously with a name like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. This is gonna be unreal.
It's gonna have that McDonough wit as well.
Yeah.
Like like he did well in Bruges. It translated well in billboards, 3 billboards as well.
Yeah.
Just in his characters. I'm excited for this.
Oh
one.
man, I can't wait.
Colin Farrell always brings a fucking zest to these movies as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when he comes through and holds that guy and shoots him in the eye with the fucking blanket in Bruges.
So MGM, it's been kind of MGM heavy since like Amazon's acquired them, eh?
Yeah.
Of course. Got young Bezzy in the front there making his workers shit in bags.
Fuck.
Oh,
Is
that's
that real?
true. Yeah.
What is that story?
So they if you're a driver for Amazon, right, and say I order something and I say I want it next day,
Yeah.
that driver has from the time they leave the the facility to my house, they have a certain amount of time that they have, and they have to make that time, and then they have a window of about 2 minutes to grab their next delivery and make that delivery, right? So they don't leave the truck, or at least they don't want to leave the truck unless they're going to drop a package off.
Yeah.
So they will stay and piss in bottles and shit in bags because it's so regulated, and because everything's on the phone, they can see them, right?
Yeah.
Supposedly it's so bad there that like you might get a 20-minute break, and then like you're gonna have to walk to the break room to take your break, because the facilities is fucking huge. It might take you 10 minutes to walk there.
Jesus.
You have a 2-minute break, you have to rush all the way back. If you're late or something, to drop off a package or like grab a package or grab something, because you have timings for that as well. You're late too many times, you'll just get a message on your phone. No letter, no nothing, no one talking to you. You're fired.
Wow.
That's it. Leave the facility. It's fucking wild there, son.
Jesus.
That is the fucking Wild West.
Yeah. Young Bezzy is just wild. They don't promote from the factory. If you're working in the factory, you cannot get a manager position, any of that. He keeps those workers on for 3 years.
Yeah.
And then fires them.
Wow.
Keeps them on for 3 years and fires them. You know why? He said they become lazy.
Jeez.
Yeah. It's fucking wild, man.
Jesus.
That's next level. Why isn't this guy getting cancelled?
Because he sells products in the US like groceries and all that sort of stuff
And
for
people need
cheaper.
it.
Well, for cheaper than big box stores, right? So people use his service on a daily basis.
Jesus. All right. That's kind of sour, this news. But anyways. So MGM are developing a Blackula remake. So I didn't know the story of Blackula. I just thought they were just like, oh yeah, he's Black Dracula, right? But he's like this Egyptian prince. Gets bitten and then gets entombed for thousands of years. Then the tomb gets like dug up and then gets transported to America. Blackula then looks at his people and says, what the fuck happened? We were like at the
We
top.
were kings and queens.
Yeah. So what's happened to all my people?
Yeah.
And then goes ahead and fucking attacks and kills everyone that's sort of like bringing his people down. Which is, it's very much like relevant to today's times, right?
Yeah.
With the Black Lives Matter movement and the civil rights movement and all these very vocal people coming forth. I just wish they changed the name. It seems really derivative of Dracula.
Yeah.
But I understand that Blackula is a brand by itself.
Yeah.
But just in terms of like, you know, how they kind of frame it for people.
Well, wasn't Blackula brought out during those like old blaxploitation periods of time as well?
Yeah.
70s and 80s.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I don't know too much about the subject myself, to be honest. Like, I remember waking up one night at like 3 a.m. and seeing like a hospital, and it was Blackula.
Okay.
But that was all I remember. I went straight the fuck to sleep.
You know what's crazy is that this is basically the story of Apocalypse. Right? And if they had approached it the exact same way in the movie, do you know how fire that movie would have been?
Yeah.
Mate.
As long as they make everyone feel the pain of seeing a giant fist fly across the fucking screen that you can't block, I'm cool with it.
I'd tech hit that shit.
Fuck Apocalypse.
No, when the drill comes out, that's when you're fucked.
Yeah, that's when you're fucked. That's when you got to jump on a Hadouken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Fuck
two
him.
people that I fucking hate fighting: Sub-Zero, Apocalypse.
Sub-Zero's so cheap. That's why.
Nobody beats Sub-Zero.
So they call them invincibility frames, or iframes for short. There's a piece in Mortal Kombat where as you're getting up, you don't have any iframes. So Sub-Zero can constantly do the fucking ice slide on you.
Yeah.
But
You
then,
do it constantly.
yeah, and you have an EX move for the fucking ice slide, right? So you can light punch and then hit with 2 heavies and then EX your fucking ice slide. So you slide into them, throw them, and then ice ball them. And then as they're dropping, ice slide again. It's dirty cunt shit. I learnt that combo.
And I performed well.
So we have Cynthia Erivo, and she's going to star in a remake of The Rose. So The Rose is all about, I guess, the high price of fame, if you want to call it that. So Cynthia Erivo stars as a celebrity, and she's just struggling with like all the can't talk today. All the commitments she has to make, and how she's just fucking losing it because of that. So this was back in the 70s or the 80s. This movie was made. Or
Yeah.
earlier?
It was like 76.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bette Midler.
Yeah.
Fuck, Bette Midler, legend. But yeah,
Midler.
Crudler. But yeah, and it's just a remake of that film. I like these movies where it's just like they humanize the celebrity and you just see them break the fuck down like that.
Yeah.
And they come back.
we seen that shit like masterclass in fucking The Star Is Born.
I still need to watch Star Is Born, man.
Champion.
I'm not ready to cry like that, Doug.
I cry my eyes out every time I watch
Fucking
that
badly.
movie.
And it's not even the end that I cry at.
No.
No.
Don't tell me there's multiple crying scenes in this
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
Big dog. Get the Kleenex ready.
No.
Kleenex.
Strap.
The shares are going to go high in Kleenex.
Yeah.
Are those happy tissues or sad tissues?
And that's it for film news this week. All right, kicking it off with trailers. We got a short clip of Cuphead.
Yeah.
This is the first footage of the animated show that Netflix is putting out. And this one it showed Wayne Brady as I think he's one of the villains.
He's one of the villains, yeah.
He's the villain's right-hand man, the devil's right-hand man.
Yeah.
And then he's hosting like a Price is Right type. I didn't see too much. The clip was like 35 seconds or something.
You don't see much. It basically shows you that it looks exactly like the game.
Yeah.
Which is great. It's got
Yeah.
that same 60s style animation, which is just beautiful animation for me. Like
That Max Flesher.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
There's also some problematic animation that kind of looks like that too.
Yeah. Disney did it.
Yeah. Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
I believe it's called this little movie called A Song of the South.
Ah, that was live action.
That was both.
Was it?
Yeah. That was the amalgamation. It's disgusting.
That is disgusting. Nowhere to be seen on Disney Plus too.
No, they said they'd never release it. No warning could warn you enough.
Nah.
God.
I should fucking smile, so.
We got the trailer for Tomorrow War as well.
Yeah.
This is the final trailer, the finality.
Yeah. It's crazy now what we're seeing with streamers with like, okay, I'm a month and a half out. I'm hitting you with the teaser trailer. A week, maybe 2 weeks later, you're getting the full trailer. I almost think it's like it's way too much in that short period of time. I'm not like, gagging for anything more. Pause.
We think that. Kids that are 15, 16 years old, that's enough time. Because they forget about that shit happens so quick now. They forget about everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
That is true.
Wasn't there a study about goldfish memory just becoming more prominent nowadays?
Yeah.
So you just forget the fuck about everything?
I would not be surprised.
That came out. But
I ain't with you.
we're seasoned vets when it comes to the shit. So we're just fucking used to this.
True. Tell us about the trailer there, Bado. What are your thoughts?
This was a lot of the same for me, to be honest. They were just rehashing everything going on in between. So we have Chris Pratt playing like, your normal fucking serious type, but then he's got the comedy in the background.
Yeah.
But then there's that other guy, I forget his fucking name. And he seems to be like, the tour de force when it comes to the comedy in this fucking movie.
What?
But it was just a lot of like him approaching J.K. Simmons, their relationship, J.K. Simmons.
I did watch this trailer then.
J.K. Simmons is looking fucking great.
I know,
You
right?
see J.K. Simmons.
Fucking, this guy's looking grouse dog.
Yeah.
Fucking hench as fuck.
He is.
But no, like he comes to him and J.K. Simmons is doing that, I need your help. He's like, this is the one of those times where your kids come ask you for help, and then Chris Pratt does that, I need your help, and he's like, I'll grab my jacket.
Yeah.
And then he gets sent out, and then they just have a rehash of what's going on with the war and why they need to fight it. It was interesting. Like, I'll fucking watch this movie for sure. I don't know if I'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
It looks very Edge of Tomorrow to me, and I'm telling you now, J.K. Simmons is going to come out and be Chris Pratt of the future.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You shall see.
Even though J.K. Simmons looks buffer than fucking Chris Pratt now.
Badly.
Why does Chris Pratt look so flat in this movie? Like, he doesn't look like Chris Pratt usually, like, physically.
Ever since Guardians 2, he's just like...
Well, that's because he was playing different roles and whatnot. Yeah, but he just doesn't look like as jacked as usual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, for me, like, what's his face? Not the Lost World. What's it called? Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's big and he's lean at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Just got relaxed. I think he had a newborn and everything.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how I explain it. My belly.
My tummy.
We got that trailer for Die in a Gunfight. So this is sort of like, what's his face? Romeo and Juliet. We got Daddario in there.
Yeah.
Always sexy.
Yep.
And there's some Spanish guy in there as well. What's his name?
Yeah, I
don't know. But you got the what's his face, the generic version of what's his name? He's always with Bryan Cranston. Jesse. What's his name?
Aaron something?
Yeah, Aaron Paul. You got the generic version of Aaron Paul in that Chadwick fellow.
Fucking wish.com.
That looks good.
Yeah.
Like as like in like an action sort of scene, he actually looks good.
Yeah, but fuck him.
You don't like Chatwin?
Nah, he ruined Dragon Ball.
Oh, Dragon Ball was ruined way before Chatwin got involved.
What do you mean? He was that guy.
He was Goku.
He's playing Goku, yeah.
I know.
How
But
the
like
fuck is he Goku? He's American as fuck.
badly. And he had blue eyes. But like it wasn't his decision to fuck it up. You know, some
Should
people
have never gone for the fucking role.
some people say that Dragon Ball movie is like faithful as shit.
Fuck that movie.
I didn't enjoy it.
Chai and Fat, no?
Chai and Fat is? No.
Yeah.
He's the uncle.
He wasn't even a pervert or anything.
Jeez.
Let me tell you one thing. Those people who say it's faithful is just looking at the fucking what elements are introduced, but the execution of that movie was fucking horrible.
Dog shit.
They could have done so much better. At least make it CG only. Live action is almost impossible for those kinds of films.
Can't do it.
Yeah. Like Man of Steel was fine because it wasn't a lot of people, but there's a lot of people in fucking Dragon Ball who can fly and fight.
That'd be fucking fire to see live action.
But yeah, Die in a Gunfight looks all right. Yeah.
Doesn't look too
Doesn't
bad.
look too bad.
It doesn't look like a big old action movie though.
No.
That's what the title suggested, but
Yeah.
it does not look like that.
No. Little love story in there.
Yeah.
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 You could
See
say
what-
this is like Romeo and Juliet meets True Romance in one point.
Yeah, actually. That's a good comparison.
Watch True Romance today.
I was thinking about it like, you know, the napkin with You're So Cool on it.
For me, whenever I think about that movie, it's always what's his face. It's always Gary Oldman. Always.
Motherfucking Charlie Bronx.
Yeah.
We got a first look at Uzumaki.
Uzumaki.
Animation style is quite different on this.
It is. It's very monochromatic. I like the look of it.
Very drawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't look like there's any like cell shading or anything like that
Yeah.
in there. So it's this town, right? And it's this female protagonist. And she sort of, she's our view into all the weird shit that kind of happens around there.
It has to be with the Japanese anime. I don't know if it's a guy the point of view is from a guy's point of view. Like it just doesn't feel right. I don't know. What's his face? Yeah.
But it looks all right. So there's some weird shit happening around the town, and then, it all goes down. But they could only show us like a 10, 15-second clip because like they're still in development. They don't want to give away too much spoilers and stuff like that. So they said they're working on content to show us. And it comes out October next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a whole day's worth of work just in that trailer.
Yeah.
It looked all right though.
There's a horror collection. Like for anime, when it comes to that shit, I think it's by Junji Ito on Anime Lab. And every year they'll do like a fucking celebration of his work. I've never ever watched horror anime before.
That's this though.
Yeah.
Junji Ito is it's based on his works.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you call it? He's got a few of them there. And I want to sit down and actually watch them. Because I don't know if like animated films just don't scare me like that, but I'm expecting like big fucking scares out of nowhere and some real different takes on how to scare you as well. So I might actually do that.
Yeah, the music seemed like pretty freaky in this too.
Yeah.
Had a tone to it.
Had a
bit of a mood there.
It was like Wicked City vibes without the hentai attached to it.
Why was that shit always so blue?
We also got a trailer for Fena, Princess Pirate. So this one is this young girl. Her father's the captain of the ship, and then he gets killed by these pirates, right? And then the pirates and these samurai are after her, but then she hides away, and then years later, she's got to take this journey because she's hidden something with her, and she teams up with the samurai, and then they have to go to this mysterious island. Shit looks all right. The guys that developed this also did Ghost in the Shell as well. The show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. If it was that guy.
Yeah. We got our first trailer and first look at Joe Bell, the Mark Wahlberg starrer.
Yeah.
So this one's about Joe Bell is the father of this kid, right? And he's
Openly gay.
openly gay, and at
Yeah.
high school he gets bullied every day. Tells his father about it. His father actually sees it in some circumstances, like him getting bullied. He says nothing. And then the kid commits suicide, right? And it's a story and a narrative that we've heard over and over through the years.
Yeah.
Joe Bell then goes, you know what? I'm going to walk across the fucking country, like Forrest Gump did, weirdly. And he just starts walking. But along the way, on his journey, he actually pictures his son with him.
Yeah.
And it's him kind of facing into a lot of the trauma and the mistakes of his life and what he would have done right, but also sort of having a look at that relationship that he had with his son. It looks good, man.
Yeah.
Some tears to be had in
It
this
was.
one.
Yeah.
I got a little teary there in the in that trailer.
Yeah, and it's a very real sort of thought as well. So, me and Jules like often talk about, hey, like there's a chance like one of our boys could be like
Could be
gay, bi, whatever. And yeah, I think sort of being more informed and kind of being open to that, like
Yeah.
just
It's crazy, man.
yeah,
Like
and
I think about what I would do to someone that actually hurt my son or my daughter
yeah,
or my nephews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think about that. Like, if I could keep it all together and actually do the right thing, or if I'd just snap.
I would literally snap. I'd hurt the kids and I'd hurt the parents. Straight up.
yes, like Joe Bell also ends up being like a anti-bully speaker as
Yeah.
well at these venues and stuff like that, sort of keeping people more informed, which I think is like, you know, the way that you kind of go with these like as a parent, like being more informed sort of helps, because it's not about my life, it's about his
That's right.
Yeah.
or theirs.
Yeah. Sometimes when you get older, you know, things change, fucking generations change, and you're not acclimatized to, you know what bullying was when you were young, but it could be so fucking different for your kids later on.
Yeah.
But now it's so different. Like there is no like end to the bullying. You come home and you're bullied because like, you know, it's now cyberbullying and shit like
Yeah.
that. People,
Exactly.
kids are just exposed to it and they live with it 24/7.
Yeah. Like me, myself, I'm online. And if anyone bullies my friends, I usually just fuck around with them and just straight roast them in the chat and shit like that. But at the same time, if I have kids, I wouldn't know what the fuck to do in that position. Like, can I just comfort my child and say everything's going to be all right? Or is he going to be too scared to go back to doing what he loves?
I don't know. I will tackle that when I get out of prison.
Literally.
Exactly.
I don't care, man. I'm fucking them kids up.
Jeez. Oh, man.
Straight up. I am. I'm fucking them kids up. And then if the adults want to fucking arc up as well, I'm fucking you up too.
Like,
I don't give a fuck.
I got a mate who has a kid, and fucking his kid was playing Fortnite, and this guy was like 27, 28 on the line with this kid in his team because he was playing just like fucking fill squads.
Yeah.
And this guy's like, "You're shit. Fucking, you should not be playing this game." And my mate just took the headset off his son and was like, "Hey, he's fucking 6 years old. What's your problem?" I didn't know. And he was like, "Shut the fuck up next time."
Fucking tough. Jeez, how can you be tough on that? I don't get the tough online gets me, eh?
Yeah.
Like it gets me. And I'm just like, how can you be tough online?
Yeah.
You're 15,000 fucking kilometers away. How are you being tough?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Be tough here.
Yeah. Come meet me.
Yeah. I'll give you my address, mate. I'll fly you out.
Yeah.
Let's go. Fucking
I'll
hell.
fly you out.
I don't give a fuck.
That's wild.
Yeah.
If we can shoot the fair one, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Man. I don't give a fuck. Anyone tries to talk tough, I just tell them, I don't give a fuck, man. What are you going to do? Scream at me over the line? You're a fucking idiot. You ain't got shit.
The last trailer we got was the old what's his face? The old Cage.
Kajasons.
It is. So it's a movie called Pig, right? So Nicolas Cage's character is a truffle farmer. And he has obviously his pig.
His made pig.
Yeah. Which if you guys don't know, you have to use a pig, or sometimes they use dogs. They try not using dogs because dogs end up eating the truffles.
You would think the pig would.
No. The pigs, yeah. You can train a pig better than you can train a dog.
But that's the thing. You have to train and really put the time in
Yeah.
to actually get that fucking truffle.
Yeah. A truffle is like, it's more expensive than gold when you think about it. If you weigh out a truffle and you weigh out a piece of gold, that same truffle will weigh more, will be worth more than the gold.
Yeah.
It's wild because of the work and everything that goes into it. Anyway, so Cage wakes up one morning and his pig is gone. So this is a story about...
He gets jumped.
Oh, he does
like
get
John
jumped?
Wick.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he wakes up, his pig is gone, obviously, the money-making pig, and he has to go find this pig.
Yeah.
Because it's his pig. But it seems like Cage's character was a chef and whatnot
Yeah.
before. And
So it looks like it's exploring the underworld of like cooking and the chef world.
Yeah.
And how far people do go to get like, the best ingredients.
Oh, man. So I know Gordon Ramsay will only use hand caught shellfish, like scallops and whatnot.
Fuck.
So it has to be hand caught because the what's his faces just fuck up the oceans, like the net courts and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, he'll only use hand caught, but at the same time the danger is, especially out here in NZ, is extremely high because we're in certain pockets of the water where scallops are found is a high traffic area for great white sharks. So all these guys get fucking jacked by fucking great whites. Just the other day, some diver was diving for something in the US.
Yeah.
And he said, out of nowhere, everything went black and he didn't know where the fuck he was. And he realized, hey, I'm in the mouth of a fucking humpback whale.
Holy shit.
The whale, obviously, whales don't eat like that. Spat him the fuck out. But still, man's got fucking eaten by a humpback and lived.
That's scary shit.
Jesus.
Yeah. He said it just went black. Like he was there diving and then black. And he realized it's not a fucking shark because I would have been, there's no shark that big that could, what's his face? And he was like, I'm inside of a fucking whale.
Only a megalodon.
Jesus.
Only a megalodon. But he'd be fucked up if that megalodon bit down.
Badly. Fuck. That's scary shit. But that's all the trailers that we have this week.
That's it.
Pig looks good.
Pig does look good. I'm excited for Pig. Elijah Wood was really excited for Pig. Posted it on, what's his face? On Twitter.
Fuck.
But yeah, it does look good.
Yeah.
Kicking it off with entertainment news. So we've got a farewell to greats. So we had Ned Beatty, who passed away at 83. So Ned Beatty, he actually started as a singer. He got a scholarship to college for singing. He was like in a gospel choir, a quartet, all that shit. Had vocals on him. He passed away at home, surrounded by his family and friends. He starred in Deliverance, All the President's Men. He got an Oscar nom for Network as well.
He's the second right hand man when you think about it in Superman.
Superman he was in. He was Lotso the bear in Toy Story 3.
Oh shit!
He was the tortoise in Rango, the villain, the mayor.
Sick.
So he's had this massive career behind him. And he did a lot of stage work as well, a lot of TV work. Like, the guy was on point.
Yeah.
And then we had Lisa Baines at 65. Her life was like cut short. So Lisa Baines was walking in New York, right? Some guy on a scooter or girl, whoever it was, some driver on a
Some
scooter,
person.
fucking came over and hit her while she was walking, right? With the
Jesus.
scooter. Then proceeds to drive away. So it's a hit and run
Hit and
now.
run.
Lisa Baines holds on for 10 days, brain dead, on life support before eventually passing on the 14th of June. Which is like just the saddest fucking story
It's wild,
ever.
man. Just out of nowhere.
Yeah. So she starred in Gone Girl. I think that was the last thing that I seen her in.
Her mother, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who wrote the Amazing Amy
Yeah.
stories. She was in Cocktail. She was in Freedom Riders. And she was also in A Cure for Wellness as well.
You watched that recently, yeah?
I started it, but I didn't finish it. So she's had like this massive career, not just in film, but in TV as well. She's a full Juilliard trained actress too. And it's just like, it's this really, really sad story. Because there was a lot of talent and just seeing like how someone can not give a shit, stop, see if the person's all right, and just drive off.
That's
It's fucking wild.
Yeah.
It was an accident. It was an accident.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you could have saved that person's life.
Yeah.
That's what I don't get. It's like you could have you caused the accident. I understand.
Yeah.
You could have saved that person's life after.
It's fucked. So rest in peace and power, Ned Beatty and Lisa Baines. Our condolences go out to your family, friends, and fans as you go through this really sad time.
Yeah.
Fucking Ned Beatty, man.
Yeah.
Legend.
Always remember bloody Deliverance. Poor bastard.
What's his face? That was, big career.
Huge.
Both big careers.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, so Ned Beatty went to like this small town premiere, right, for one of his movies.
Yeah.
There's one guy was saying, he said him and his friend used to roll around with his friend's like old like shoulder mounted camera and shit like that.
Yeah.
And just do like little interviews that they could like maybe sell to the news or use for their local like whatever. And Ned Beatty rocked up for this premiere. He gets ushered into the film. He comes out. The guy said that Ned Beatty actually gave like a small interview to his friend.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a nationally recognized news like network or anything like that. Before the studio execs like ushered him into this car and shit. You know what I mean? Like he did that. So like, it's just crazy.
That's cool.
Cool little story.
Yeah.
All right. Something happened in the on the home front there.
It is.
Big news.
Yep.
It's huge news, actually. So Rusty, Russell Crowe, who Australia have claimed
Yeah.
for some strange reason.
Hey, he's claimed them back. It's consensual.
Really?
It's consensual claimage.
Mans is a Kiwi through and through.
Ah, big time. But
That's
mate,
where you were born, mate.
mate. When he talks in Gladiator,
Oh,
that's not a
man.
Kiwi accent though.
No, it's not.
That's Aussie through and through.
No, but even in Romper Stomp, it's straight Aussie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Actually.
Straight Aussie. Anyway, so Rusty has come through and he's going to set up an Aussie studio in Coffs Harbour. So Coffs Harbour, for everybody else, is on the coast. It's beautiful out there.
Yep.
It's so relaxing and everything, right?
It's a big tourist destination.
Big tourist destination. So honestly, if you guys are coming to Australia, don't come to Sydney. Go out there, maybe Newcastle that way. Yeah.
Spend a few days in Sydney.
South Coast. Yeah. Stay out of the city. Yeah. So yeah, he's setting up the studio. It's 100 acres, 1,000 acres.
Big land.
It's big, right? It's big and it backs onto a resort
next to a river.
next to a river. Yeah. So he's he's starting to set up studios and whatnot there, and like recording studios and whatnot, and sound stages and all that sort of stuff. So he's looking to cater to films in the $60 to $100 million range, right? So I mean, that for today's, that's kind of big budget films, right?
Yeah. Mid to big,
yeah. But I mean, like, you can do a movie nowadays for like $30 million. 100%. Be like, look like $100 million film. But yeah, that's exciting. We had this idea first.
We did.
We wanted to do this nearly in the same place as old Rusty.
Yeah.
Bastard.
Jules' vision would have been near an airport as well.
Yeah.
So it would have been in Merimbula.
Yeah, because there's an airport where in
Merimbula.
In Merimbula, yeah. So you could literally fly your stars out.
And like it's weird because I think Rusty's listening. We also thought with COVID times, right? Like to have the lodging on site with the studio.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he's doing.
That's exactly what he's doing.
So you can quarantine together and everything. Like you could fly into Coffs, right? Quarantine, go straight to the studio, quarantine, and kind of be comfortable.
Which is it's weird though, because Tyler Perry did the exact same thing, right?
In Atlanta.
Georgia.
Yeah,
but it's supposedly beautiful out there.
Of course. But I hope it blows up because that's more traffic that Australia can sort of get in terms of filmmaking and stuff like that.
We have in Sydney, we only have Fox Studios, and maybe another one. I think, like, for them to set up another studio now, you're laughing, especially with the boom that we're seeing again.
Yeah,
killing it.
And I've noticed with Sydney, right? They're trying to move things out to the regional areas as well.
Yeah,
get it out of the metro.
Get it out of the metro. Stay out of the city, people.
Yeah. And while news is on the up and up, tell us about the man who's finally getting his Hollywood star there on the Walk of Fame after Daniel Day Kim and his cheekbones saved the day.
Fuck yeah, man.
So we have the man, also known as Chifu Mulan. We have the myth, also known as David Low Motherfucking Pan. Yeah. And now he is the legend, immortalized as a Hollywood star, James Hong.
Yep.
Finally got his star after nearly fucking 700 films.
Yep.
Through his fucking tenure as an actor. We got nearly 400, 500 shows, nearly 150 films, 32 short films, even 22 games under his belt. I even heard he got 2 kills.
Yeah.
James Hong has to be the hardest working actor at this time, still doing his fucking craft as well.
James Hong was the Chinese what's his face? Or the Asian, what's his name? The hardest working man in show business.
James Brown.
He's got a massive, massive back catalog. Blade Runner. Fucking in everything.
Yeah. Blade Runner. He's snotty. He's bloody, what's his face? Like, for me, it's always Lo Pan.
Yeah.
Like that, whenever I think of Mans, it's Lo Pan. That's all I see him as.
And it's so iconic. Like his voice is iconic.
Yeah.
The way he delivered lines and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. But he gave us 2 Lo Pans in that movie. He gave us super old 700-year-old Lo Pan and then a younger Lo Pan that could fuck with the what's his face, the other guy, Egg Fugel.
And he was formidable.
Egg Shan.
Starting in the 1950s, like his career kicking off when Asian rights and including Asian actors was probably the hardest thing in the world to get a role. You know what I mean? And this guy persevered and fucking nailed it, killed it.
Yeah. And the man didn't just stick to one genre as well. I said this before. The dude could do everything. Like his comedy was on point. Fucking his action was on point. Everything, man. James Hong was a man of the craft. Yeah. Like he knew he understood the assignment every fucking time.
Fuck yeah. Congrats to James Hong, man.
Fucking finally.
Big fucking news. Yeah. Well earned and deserved.
100%.
All right, and that's it for all the news this week.
Yep.
All right, let's get into it. We watched Loki.
Fuck yeah.
All of us watched it. What'd you reckon? Episode 2, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't believe we're already a third of the way through the season.
I know. That shit's scary too.
Yeah.
It's
But
only 6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's 6 hours. They always go for 6 hours.
Mate,
I know.
they need to supercut them. For real.
Yeah.
I want more of this though.
Well, they did say out of all the shows that they're doing, Loki's the one that'll probably get a second season. Hopefully.
But this was fucking fire this episode
Yeah.
as well.
Oh man.
This episode was really good.
Because I'm wondering, how are you going to fucking one-up episode 1, which was just fuego as fuck? Mm-hmm. And they did it. They did it right with this one as well. And there was so many questions that you have at the end.
Yeah.
So you come through and he's learning all about, like, you know, the TVA and all that shit.
Yeah.
Fucking with that clock.
Yeah.
Then Owen Wilson gives him the jacket. Turn around for me real quick. He's got variant on the back.
So this one was titled The Variant.
Yeah.
Because like now we know that like he's hunting Loki, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see Loki like reveal themselves, and it's a female Loki.
Yeah.
Played by Sophie DiMartino. Blonde.
Yeah.
Looks very different to Lady Loki from the comics.
Yeah.
So I was thinking like this could be a variant timeline where Luffy was the ruler of like, you know, every
The Nine Realms.
the 9 realms, and Frigga was still his wife.
Yeah.
And then they had Lady Loki.
There's also reports saying that it's Enchantress,
I did hear that too.
and that's why her hair is blonde and not black.
And they just say it's the variant, but she
Yeah.
could be making it look like it's Loki, but it's not.
I'm thinking that why would if they knew what they, even if she's a woman, if they knew that they're looking for a black haired woman, like wouldn't you dye your hair and look like everyone else?
True.
Yeah, like it makes her not stand out then. Yeah.
But then she does have the same powers as Loki, it
Yeah.
seems like, except
Yeah.
for the mind control. So Loki was only able to do that with the Mind Stone, but then Mobius, who like showed us variants, like the different variants where
Yeah.
Loki's like tank and he's like a more sort of Viking looking Loki as well, one that wins the Tour de France.
That was hilarious.
With like a full bearded one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently, like, you know, every one of those guys, every one of those different Lokis has different powers as well.
Right.
Is what Mobius was saying. Like they have the same skill set, but they might have one power that's very different to the others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. It does feel really like I don't want it to end. Like I like this world that they're building. I like the TVA.
Yeah.
I think that the what's his faces is Gugu and Bathu Raw, the timekeepers. It's just going to be her. Yeah. I don't think they're lizard people and all that other nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Owen Wilson is absolutely killing it.
That
Yeah.
chemistry that him and Loki have
Oh,
Next
man.
level.
is on point.
Yeah.
And I did feel it when Loki looked like he betrayed them.
Yeah.
And Mobius is there watching as they're going in.
Yeah.
We did get to see Owen Wilson sort of start to trust Loki and like, you can have your knives back. But then that chick, B-15, took him right back.
I don't think Loki is going to betray them.
I don't think so either.
I think he wants to kill the variant because he wants to be the main Loki.
The superior
The
Loki.
superior Loki. That's all he cares about.
But he also told her his plan as well.
Yeah.
Like, you and me, let's go take over the TVA.
Yeah.
like, nah, that's not what I'm here for. And
Yeah.
she just fucks off and he follows her.
Yeah.
I'm excited for what they're going to show us next because, like, it looks like wherever she's going, it's going to be during a natural disaster.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure Mobius and everyone are going to follow, like, try to track them down to the next natural disaster.
Yeah. I loved the scene in Pompeii.
Yeah.
when,
man.
when they were like, you need to, and they're in this like cul-de-sac and they're whispering and everything, and you need to make small little changes and whatnot. And Loki just goes out and does his thing as Loki and starts smashing things. And telling people that everything's going to explode and
Yeah.
he's from the future and all this other shit. And then,
Releasing the goats.
oh man,
My horned friends. Yeah, it was fucking great. I'm really enjoying the show so far. Like
Yeah.
2 episodes in, when we were watching WandaVision, 2 episodes in, I was like, I
well,
don't
we
think
got
this
those
shit's
first
gonna
2
cut
episodes
it.
in the first hit, remember?
Yeah,
And it was just
yeah.
I
fuck
didn't
was
wanna-
this?
I didn't
Wasn't
want,
it?
Didn't want to watch after that. I was like, nah, I can't do this.
Nah, player.
Yeah, I just didn't want to watch after that.
Same. That
was
third
such-
episode was the same.
Such
grace.
a slog, man. I was
It's just that Mackay Pfeiffer when he's got the cigarette.
badly. That's what it was, man.
But yeah, I'm in. Did you watch there?
So I watched Creed 2, Fury, Aquaman, and then I got that indie pack on 4K. I had to. I watched all them fucking movies all in one day.
So I more or less know how you feel about like all those movies, but Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, how's it aged for you? Because I think this is the one that I always sort of like. I haven't watched it in about like maybe 7-8 years.
So I watched this movie last year already. Anyway, so,
Yeah.
I don't mind this movie, man.
Okay.
I don't mind it at all. Like for me, it does and it doesn't play like an Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the action is really good. The opening of the movie is really good. So most indie feels like indie.
Yeah.
But after that, that's it. There's a whole lot of filler in this movie.
We also did dinner and a show last week as well.
We did. We
had some homemade lasagna and we watched Fury,
Yeah.
which like Fury always hits for me.
I haven't
Still
watched
haven't
Fury
watched
in
it.
years.
Same.
So I watched Fury the last time. It was with you, and it had just come out on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
That was the last time I watched that movie. And it hit.
Big time.
This movie hit.
It's weird that we don't see that David Ayer anymore.
I was just about to ask you if this was the last David Ayer film where you unanimously fucking loved it.
Yeah.
Well, what's his face came after, didn't it? End of Watch came after that?
Yeah.
After Fury?
Oh, true.
End of Watch is the best. No?
Mm,
Yeah, it's the best David Ayer movie. What
don't
else
know.
was there?
I think I prefer Fury to End of Watch.
Fury,
to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
End of Watch, Street Kings, Tax Collector, Suicide Squad.
Yeah, for me, what's his face? End of Watch is the best, and then Fury, and then Suicide Squad, and then Tax Collector. Yeah.
Street Kings is above Suicide Squad for me.
Yeah, I like Street Kings.
We'll see. When that Ayer cut gets released, then we'll see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Then we can make the call for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And you watch Speed as well.
And I watch Speed, yeah.
Pop quiz. hot chat.
Speed is just... Come on, man.
Speed doesn't really age, eh?
No, it doesn't.
Speed is kind of like a timeless, like should be sort of like put up in the action movie,
Yeah.
like Jersey collection.
Yeah, so it should be up there with Point Break.
Like
Point Break
Hall of
doesn't
Fame.
age. Point Break doesesn't age either. Like it's weird, those two Keanu movies.
Yeah.
He could pick him, man. You pick him. What'd you watch there? Oh,
No,
sorry.
I
What
was
were
just
you
going to
say?
ask about Speed. This should look real fucking good. Did you have a physical or the digital?
The physical. Always a physical.
Let's get physical.
The shit looked excellent. And was this before or after the injury?
Before.
Yeah. This is
Yeah, full motion in
before
this one.
Matrix. Yeah.
Because
Still ran funny.
Always.
Yeah, that Stallone about him. Just funny runs.
He's just pigeon-toed as fuck, that. I
Yeah.
don't know what's wrong with him. He never fixed his walk.
Yeah. Because I'm just like, when like thingies gets taken and then dude goes through the door and the door fucking blows up, if it's actually Reeves just getting fucking yoinked like that.
That is actually Keanu Reeves getting... he's on wires. I think the explosion is shot separately. Yeah. But he's on wires getting pulled into what's-his-face. Not that hard a stunt. Yeah.
True.
But when you're putting a star
Yeah.
doing it, it's like,
Yeah.
gotta make sure all the I's is dotted and the T's is crossed.
Yeah.
Lowercase J's.
But I just have my usual anime shit besides Loki, so I watched the latest episode of Megalobox. Everything's coming full circle. 2 episodes to go. I'm not looking forward to it. My Hero Academia, though, like fucking spoilers, but this shit is fire for me. So in the first season of My Hero, they talk about how everyone has one power. You only get one power.
Yeah.
And the kid you're following, Deku, Midoriya is his name, like the drink just spelled differently.
But is it like the Deku tree in what's his face? In Zelda? Is that how you spell the name?
Yeah, DEKU.
Righto.
Fucking, so, because they go through like hero class, because it's a full academy for this shit, obviously, but fucking, they choose their hero name and all that shit.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, everyone only has one power, whereas this kid was born with nothing at all.
Yeah.
And then the strongest hero in the universe fucking takes him under his wing, and you learn that not even he has powers, and his were inherited from someone else who was exactly like him.
Yeah.
And so there's this generation of these no power heroes, but they get powers because they pass it down. And so Deku gets all these fucking powers, and then in the most recent episode, he learns that because he has this lineage of people that didn't have powers, and they generated them through passing of this specific power,
Yeah.
he gets to inherit all of their powers that they generated.
Oh, shit.
So he fucking learns, and he's like, so you got, because they call them quirks, and he's like, you will have 6 other quirks that you'll learn as you fucking mature with this power. And I was like, yo!
It's like Shaw and fucking what's his face? It's Kevin Bacon.
Fuck yeah.
I was fucking mad, man. Like, he's already super strong and super quick.
Yeah.
But then he's got this other thing called, like, I think it's called the Nemesis Whip or something like that.
Now watch me whip.
And he can just grab shit like that, like Prototype, how you can just fucking grab people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That's fucking mad.
But the action scene that was in this one as well, fucking hell, because there's this guy named Bakugo, and his sweat glands, they're like basically just nitrate. So he just makes explosions with his fucking hands like that.
Yeah.
And he can use that to fly. And you see this guy throw something at him, and you see him like shoot to the left and then shoots in front of him and to the right and then comes back forward like that.
Yeah.
Just the action was sick, man.
That's fucking mad.
Fucking anime is sick. But that was it for me.
That's sick. So I watched Fury. I watched Ted 2, so this is the first time that I watched it. Fuck, it was hilarious.
The first time you watched Ted 2?
Yeah.
You never watched it before?
No, never
Wow.
ever. Yeah. I enjoyed it.
How fucking hilarious was it with what's his face? Rabisi.
Oh man, Rabisi was so dirty in this movie. Yeah.
Fucking made me piss myself, and they're like, I know how to do this. They play the song, and he's in the outfit.
Goodbye Horses? That they play? No. It's some other song.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
Fuck, I'll lose it every time.
It was so good, man. And then I watched Cruella.
That was Cruella.
Cruella was good. Cruella was really good. So I didn't
Wow.
think, like, I came into this movie going, fuck, they're just going to do the Joker, like, you know, but like the Disney-fied female version and whatnot. And they did. But then, like, you just start forgiving shit because it's so well executed. Like, Craig Gillespie, like, does this shit well. I didn't think so. But then we got, like, you know, Mark Strong in there, Emma Thompson, Emma Stone, the O from I, Tonya, and the best friend from Yesterday. And this shit just flows so well. It's like a nice little story, like set in the Disney universe. I didn't think I'd like it, but I really enjoyed it. I was so surprised. I watched Hamilton as well. Same thing. I was like, this is going to be some Streisand ass, like, you know, shit. No, this is the one.
No, this is the one.
This really was the one.
I really want to watch Hamilton simply because it's hip hop, man.
Yeah.
And Lin-Manuel can do that shit.
Yeah. So it's weird because like after Hamilton and In the Heights, got to stop calling it Into the Heights. In the Heights, I went back and I just checked out a bit of backstory about Lin-Manuel. So he was like massive hip hop fan back in the day. He listened to everything New York and whatnot, but he, like, you know, his mom listened to
West Coast.
his mom listened to, like, you know, all like the shows and stuff because that's as close as they could get to like plays and whatnot.
To actually seeing it.
Yeah. And then he like he kind of went, there's no one out there that actually like reflects me. And then like started writing In the Heights after he graduated from college. And then actually put it on as like a full-on play. And that just kept getting buzz and buzz and buzz and buzz. And then he went away on holidays and he picks up this book by Andrew Chernow about Alexander Hamilton. And then he said he's reading it, and he's going, fuck, this isn't like a straight history like book.
No.
This is a rap fucking like, you know, what's his face? Like historian.
Yeah.
He said like he's seen Biggie and Tupac lyrics jumping off
Yeah.
the page. And so he calls up Andrew Chernow, invites him to In the Heights, gets him backstage afterwards, and he's like, I'm gonna do my next musical is gonna be on Hamilton. He's like, wow, cool. And he's like, yeah, it's gonna be like a full hip hop opera. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, inspired by your book. Puts together Hamilton and he fucking nails it.
Hamilton just blows, man. Like it's unbelievable.
It's crazy. The shit that he does. So the stage, how it's kind of set up is he's got like the gang, like not gangplanks, but like elevated walkways around the back and the sides of the stage. A staircase, and then in the middle is this revolving sort of floor. So the middle revolves, then the next layer kind of like stays the same, and then the outer layer of that revolves. So like when he does shit like tries to portray like a hurricane or whatnot and does like a song, people are moving shit around, so it actually feels like it.
That's sick.
Or when you like, you know, there's a death scene or something and it's like in the moment, people are like stepping in and out of that spotlight, so you can kind of like really sort of get a sense of everyone around them and whatnot. Like there's jewels in there and stuff, so like it's them spinning around each other. It's crazy. The execution of it is fucking brilliant. The songs are unbelievable. Lin-Manuel Miranda is like fucking king of this shit, and it just sucks like hearing in current events that he's getting so much shit for In the Heights because it doesn't include enough Afro-Latino Americans.
Oh god.
And it's like this is the guy that like he said I wasn't represented, so he made like, you know, In the Heights. And then with Hamilton, it was so diverse. But he casted like, you know, Latinos in fucking as the role of like George Washington and shit like that. You know what I mean? Only for him to get all this fucking scrutiny.
It's wild, man, because if people can't pick on anything, they'll find something.
I know. And
Need
it's
to
like
shut the fuck up, man.
it's like, oh wow, you're getting a Latin musical on the big screen. Yeah, but it's not Latin enough for me.
Yeah.
And then like from that's when I was like, well, to be honest, like I'm not even reflected in any like, you know, there's no movie star, nothing where they're a reflection of my like, you know, like I can say South African, but then I get white South Africans or Sharto Copley, or like, you know, fucking Arnold Vosloo, but even him, he's not a reflection of our like
They don't look like us.
background.
No.
Yeah.
No one looks like us. No one is a representation of us. No one lived in South Africa for, you know, 7 to 8 years and moved to Australia, and no one did that shit. No one looks like me because I don't look South African.
Yeah, same.
He doesn't
Yeah.
look South African.
I get Italian a lot.
Yeah, I get Greek a lot
yeah.
and Kiwi.
Yeah.
But what's funny, right, is that Lin-Manuel didn't direct the movie.
No, he just did the.
He wrote it.
He wrote it and did the choreography, didn't he?
Not so much the choreography, but the composing the music and
yeah.
stuff like that. But because the hot topic is Stop Asian Hate, John M. Chu got none of this fire. You know what I mean? He got none of the smoke. It's just crazy. But even through all that bullshit, I really enjoyed it.
They tried canceling Hamilton as well, right?
Get the fuck out.
You know why?
Why though?
Because he was a slave owner.
Okay.
But this is after the fact. So everybody's watched it now, and now they've got something to fucking pick on. Like, it's just shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah. Well, I think it's important that like Lin-Manuel like sort of if he's going to talk about it, because he talks about like the character in full. He doesn't leave anything out. But the slave owner thing, like he probably could have explained that a bit better. But that's someone else's fight.
That woke media bullshit and just too many voices out there, man.
And then I finished off the week with Lisi's story, which like
Another episode down, huh?
another episode down. So 3 episodes in, and Julianne Moore is going through the fucking ringer in this one. I can tell you that much. And Jesus, Dane DeHaan is an evil fucker.
Really?
Yeah.
He does do that well, though.
In this, he's taking it to another level.
Oh.
Like this is evil on like
This
like
is Stephen King evil.
Yeah.
This is different evil.
yeah. So in this, like, if you ever thought what the fuck someone could do to someone with a pizza cutter,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
This yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
I'll add it to the list.
Maybe just wait.
Yeah.
Wait there. Wait.
I also watched 6 episodes of C, by the way.
6th there, champion.
Yeah, I did.
It's good, wasn't it?
It was. It's excellent.
No,
Actually.
I like really enjoyed that shit.
Yeah.
They did so well. That like it's weird like with the Apple shows because none of the photography looks like sometimes they can show you like these mad scenes and stuff like that. But then like you might see someone getting in the car and it looks like a fucking like network TV show.
Yeah.
None of that.
Stock footage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not like there's none of that in these Apple shows.
No.
It's just all class. And that's the week. It's a wrap. You can reach us on all social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We're Smoke and Mirrors Oz on Twitter and Smoke and Mirrors Podcast or Smoke Mirrors Podcast on Facebook and Instagram. The links will be down below if you need them. We're also on Spreaker, where we host our podcast, and we're Logosmith Media there. We're also Logosmith Media on YouTube. Check us out. There's new weekly content every week. New content every week. Fuck.
New weekly content every week.
You just have to remind them.
New weekly content every month.
Enjoy that.
Love yourselves. Love movies.
Vape more, smoke less. Shout out to Proven AU and wash your ass.
I'll be back.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me like a kid.
Go under your butts.